Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Monday. Mark and Susan are on vacation for this week, so you get Brady and I.
They gave us the keys. We're driving this bus.
All right,
buckle up.
Buckle up, because we are ready to go. Well, right now, it has been months since the Flex Lane opened, adding a lane to the Beltline. How the extra room has helped Madison drivers.
And we have updates regarding the devastating fire that claimed the lives of 3 people in Watertown on Friday.
Plus, updates on the man accused of building the bomb that brought down Pan Am Flight 103 over Lockerbie, Scotland in 1988.
Well, let's get a look outside. Oh, there's some snow in case you were missing it.
I think this is it. This is it. They're gonna be staying around, I think.
I think so, and it looks like there is a messy week ahead. Julian, what's up with that?
Well, Brady, any kind of snow that we're seeing right now might not be there by the time we get into our Thursday, but we are looking for another bounce later into the week. But for right now, it's just going to be rather quiet. We're looking for that messy week to start to develop for us by the time we get into our Tuesday nights. But right now, it's been like it has been over the last few days. Cloudy and quiet. Temperatures are into the middle 30s. However, we have seen some winds pick up throughout the rest of our afternoon. Heading into the rest of tonight, they'll die down just a bit, but be prepared for windy conditions heading into tomorrow, folks. Temperatures right now around southern Wisconsin, 37 for Janesville and Platteville with 35 in for Madison. Now, as we take a look at tonight, we're still going to be relatively pretty seasonable. We're looking at temperatures to be into the lower 30s throughout southern Wisconsin, so it's not going to be too bad for us. Still rather tolerable, but we are still looking for that storm system late into our Tuesday. We'll be walking through those impacts in just a few moments, but let's go ahead and take a quick look at our traffic. Right now, we are looking at pretty smooth conditions along the Beltline and just into the eastern side. Some slower road cases over towards the eastern side of the Beltline. But as we take a look, we're going to be seeing a bit more of that weather system that we're going to be talking about in just a few moments. Until then, back to you guys.
Thanks, Julian. Well, these next two things don't usually go together. The number of drivers using the Beltline is going up, but the commute times, they're actually going down.
Right. The Wisconsin Department of Transportation credits the flex lanes. Early data from this October shows Beltline drivers are spending 60% less time commuting. That is far lower than the same time in 2019. Our Tahalil Mohdin is live near the Beltline with more.
Officials say while there are some drivers who will zoom into the flex lane even when it's not open, most people are following the rules, and so far it's paying off. Since the flex lane first opened between Whitney Way and the I-39-90, travel times have gone down every month. For example, in August, commute times were down by 30%. That decrease has now doubled to 60% less time spent commuting, all compared to 2019. People who often drive that stretch of the Beltline say they've noticed a difference.
Need more of that in other places as well, I wish they can keep that green thing going all night too sometime.
Traffic jam is not that terrible anymore. It could get better for sure, but it's a little bit better now.
The Wisconsin DOT also reported for that section of the Beltline with the flex lanes, there were fewer crashes from August to October, going from more than 160 over those 3 months in 2019 to 135 this year. Now, officials say to really understand the impact the flex lanes have had on traffic, they'll need a year's worth of data, but so far it's performing well. Reporting live near the Beltline, Tahlil Mohdin, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Tahalil. Well, the 3 people killed in a house fire in Watertown on Friday were students at the Watertown School District. Watertown Unified School District Superintendent Jared Burke confirmed today the 3 victims were students in the district. Burke says further information regarding the victims would be released by the Watertown Police and Fire Departments. Crews responded to the fire on part of Western Avenue shortly after 12:30 a.m. on Friday, finding the house engulfed in flames. The cause of the fire is still under investigation, and Burke says the district held grief sessions for students, staff, and families on Sunday evening, and a student-led vigil for the victims is being planned. There is a GoFundMe page set up to support the families. The page has received more than $15,000 of its $25,000 goal. You can find that link to the GoFundMe on channel3000.com.
The release of Brittany Griner as part of a prisoner exchange with Russia is raising some concerns about hostage diplomacy. Experts say more foreign governments are wrongfully detaining Americans in order to gain political leverage against the U.S. Griner was part of a one-for-one prisoner swap, with the U.S. releasing Russian arms dealer Victor Bout in exchange for her. Left behind was Paul Whelan, a former Marine imprisoned in Russia for espionage. There are concerns that the exchange could jeopardize the status of other Americans held wrongfully abroad.
It's hard. Two other Americans, Paul Whelan, Mark Fogel, remain held in Russia. And whenever you trade an innocent American for a guilty Russian, it's an incentive to other despots to essentially grab an American and use them as a bargaining chip.
The White House held a meeting today to discuss next steps in securing Paul Whelan's freedom. Last July, the State Department added a D indicator to travel warnings for countries where Americans are at heightened risk of being wrongfully detained, including Russia and China. The department says it is working with 60 nations to use visa bans, sanctions, and other measures to address the problem.
The sports world is mourning the loss of soccer journalist Grant Wahl. The longtime Sports Illustrated writer and CBS Sports contributor said he'd been feeling run down in the days leading up to his sudden death in the World Cup press box last Friday in Qatar. Wahl, one of the most well-known soccer journalists in the U.S., also covered other sports. Back in 2002, Wahl introduced the world to then teenage basketball star LeBron James from Akron, Ohio.
And he was always pretty cool to be around. He spent a lot of time in my hometown of Akron, covering me over the course of time before that cover story came out, and it's a tragic loss.
Wahl was also an advocate for human rights and was briefly detained in Qatar after attempting to enter the stadium wearing a rainbow T-shirt, an act of defiance against Qatar's anti-LGBTQ policies. Wahl's wife of 21 years, CBS News medical contributor Dr. Celine Gounder, said in a statement she is in complete shock but thankful for the support from her husband's soccer family.
And in Richmond, Virginia, the work to remove the city's last remaining Confederate statue began today. The monument, put in place back in 1891, depicts Confederate General A.P. Hill and has his remains inside. Both the statue and Hill's remains will be moved to separate places, with some leaders calling for the monument itself to be placed in the Black History Museum along with other Confederate statues.
I'm glad for the day and the moment to come where we can just put this to rest. I think Virginians are all in the same space where we just want to move on.
Though Hill's family resisted the removal, a circuit court judge said the city gets to decide where the statue goes. The removal process is expected to last several days.
It's taken 34 years, but the man suspected of building the bomb that took down Pan Am Flight 103 over Lockerbie, Scotland in 1988 is finally going to stand trial for the crimes in a U.S. court.
CBS's Deborah Alfarone has the details from Washington, D.C.
Abu Aguila Mohammed Massoud, the man accused of making the bomb that brought down Pan Am Flight 103 over Lockerbie, Scotland, appeared in a Washington, D.C. courtroom for the first time Monday.
This is a significant milestone for me, my families, and all the families of those killed.
A bomb hidden in luggage detonated on the flight from London to New York just 4 days before Christmas in 1988. 259 people on board the plane were killed. 11 more on the ground died from falling debris. The victims' families are calling for a trial to begin as soon as possible.
The U.S. apprehension and arrest of Libyan terrorist suspect Abu Aguila Mohammed Massoud is the first tangible step made by the U.S. Department of Justice in 34 years to hold any suspect accountable in U.S. courts.
The Justice Department announced charges against Massoud 2 years ago and vowed to never end pursuit of the suspect.
The United States believes we have an extremely compelling case and can clearly prove this case beyond a reasonable doubt at trial.
At the time, Massoud, a former Libyan intelligence operator, was in Libyan custody. Another Libyan, Abdel Basset Ali Al-Megrahi, was convicted and began serving a life sentence in Scotland in 2001. He was released after a cancer diagnosis and died in 2012. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, Washington.
A third man, Lamin Khalifa Fima, was also accused of participating in the bombing, but was later acquitted in a Scottish court. Wednesday is the 10th anniversary of the massacre at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut.
The town opened a new memorial to the 20 first graders and 6 educators killed in the attack. There are no official town or family ceremonies, keeping with Newtown's tradition of marking anniversaries of the shooting with quiet reflection. Nicole Hockley's 6-year-old son, Dylan, was killed that day, and she's turned her grief into advocacy. Through her organization, Sandy Hook Promise, Hockley says they have prevented 11 school shootings and hundreds of suicides by training students and educators to anonymously report early warning signs of violence.
Has to become better with fewer shootings. I mean, I think it's in the last 10 years, one of the numbers I've seen is that we're at 1 million people impacted by gun violence. You know, this year alone, I think we're already over 40,000 deaths. It's the #1 cause of death for children under the age of 19. We're averaging 2 mass shootings a day.
The shooting was more than a half of a lifetime ago for the children who survived. The new $3.4 million memorial is located a short distance from the rebuilt Sandy Hook Elementary School.
Nuclear fusion has been called the holy grail of clean energy. Scientists have pursued it for decades, trying to replicate the fusion that powers the sun, and they just made a big breakthrough. The U.S. Department of Energy is reportedly set to announce scientists have produced the first ever nuclear fusion reaction, resulting in a net energy gain. That means the reaction creates more energy than it uses. The Energy Department is expected to make the official announcement tomorrow, and we'll have a UW-Madison expert join us tomorrow on Live at 4 to discuss what this breakthrough means for energy here in Wisconsin. Coming up next on Live at 4, we go behind the wheel with Harvey Briggs.
And he joins us to talk about the all-new 2023 Honda HR-V. You are not going to want to miss this.
You're watching News 3 Now, Live at 4. Go farther with personal checking choices. At Starion Bank, you make the decisions. Your money, your style. Apply online in just 4 minutes at starionbank.com.
Do you suffer from chronic or severe back or neck pain? Did you know that there is now a treatment method available right here at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center that offers hope of avoiding spinal surgery for those suffering with bulging, herniated, or degenerative discs? Our therapies help reduce pain related to these conditions and have a high success rate in helping people just like you avoid back or neck surgery.
I've experienced low back pain for over 15 years. I had back surgery when I was 26 and had difficulties recovering. The doctors at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center have given me a new lease on life. I am now able to enjoy an active, pain-free lifestyle.
Call Midwest Spine and Nerve Center now to schedule a no-obligation consultation to see if our progressive pain-relieving therapies are right for you.
Dancing is everything. Soccer is the best.
But her moderate to severe eczema could make it hard for her.
My skin was so itchy and my outfit was uncomfortable. Now, my skin's not as itchy.
Now, we're staying ahead of her eczema.
There's a power inside all of us to live our passion. And Dupixent works on the inside to help heal your skin from within. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema, so they can have clearer skin and less itch. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor.
Healing from within is a wonderful thing.
Ask your child's eczema specialist how Dupixent can help heal their skin from within.
Yes, I'm a smoker. And yes, I'm aware I should quit. I get pressure from everyone I love and everything around me.
Smoking is really, really bad for you.
Yet sometimes that pressure alone is enough to make me want to light up.
The Wisconsin Tobacco Quit Line. No judgments, just free help and medications. Without the lectures, call the Wisconsin Tobacco Quit Line at 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Go farther with personal checking choices at Starion Bank. Like Smart Checking, it's free when you choose e-statements. Your money, your style. Apply online in just 4 minutes at starionbank.com.
Welcome back. NASA says the success of the Artemis 1 mission means astronauts will be aboard the next flight to the moon.
The Orion capsule, with no one aboard, splashed down in the Pacific Ocean yesterday near Baja, California. Last month, a dramatic night launch began the Artemis 1 test flight. In all, a 1.4 million mile space voyage. Sitting in the commander's seat, a mannequin outfitted with sensors. From deep space, Orion beamed back spectacular imagery of the moon and Earth. Twice, the capsule flew within 80 miles of the moon's surface, but the mission's biggest test came during Sunday's return. Orion slammed into the Earth's atmosphere at 25,000 miles per hour. The heat shield had to hold up against the temperatures of 5,000 degrees, half as hot as the surface of the sun.
We're going to look at the data very carefully, but I would say very happy with what we've seen so far on the heat shield.
Sunday's splashdown occurred 50 years to the day after another landing, Apollo 17 touching down on the lunar surface, the last time humans moonwalked. NASA wants to return now with the Artemis program, a crewed test flight around the moon in 2024 and a moon landing later this decade. It is the beginning of the new beginning, and that is to explore the heavens. America's new era of moonwalking just took a giant leap closer.
Grocery stores aren't the only places sometimes dealing with empty shelves. Many Americans are also having trouble finding high-profile prescription drugs. Among those hard-to-find medications, the antibiotic amoxicillin and the ADHD treatment Adderall. Experts say shortages are common for a variety of reasons, including expense. However, this time, some of these shortages are being caused by a significant recent rise in 3 viral illnesses: COVID-19, RSV, and the flu. The Consumer Healthcare Products Association says drug makers are working nonstop to fill the demand.
The highest inflation since the 1980s is making holiday budgeting more complicated for millions of middle-class families this year. A Quinnipiac poll last month found nearly half of Americans have less in savings than they did just a year ago. The poll also found 42% plan to spend less on gifts this season, and only 8% plan to spend more. The National Retail Federation says overall holiday spending hasn't slowed yet, but many families are making sacrifices to buy presents for their loved ones.
Wall Street started the week off with a bang. The Dow gained almost 530, NASDAQ rose almost 140, and the S&P was up 56. The subcompact crossover SUV is an incredibly competitive segment in the car industry, as there are more than 20 competitors in the class.
Honda is hoping this all-new edition of the HR-V is going to set them apart from the rest of the segment. We're going behind the wheel of the all-new 2023 Honda HR-V with Harvey Briggs.
All new. Yes, this is the 2023 Honda HR-V. It is now built on the Civic platform as opposed to the Fit, which the old one was, so it gets bigger. It gets a little more sophisticated. We have an independent rear suspension on this, so you'll notice the ride is actually really quite smooth for such a small vehicle.
Yeah, it really is. An excellent ride and not bad looking in Nordic Forest Pearl paint. I like the design.
Yeah, it's really fresh. I mean, Honda has decided they needed a new look, and so they cleaned everything up.
Fresh outside and in.
I was really impressed with the interior packaging on this. Not only is there a lot of room here, there's actually a lot of room in the rear seat.
It's time for the Harvey Sit Behind Himself test.
Is there room for me to sit behind myself? You know what? There is. The floor height is a little high, so my knees are up, but there's plenty of room back here.
But what there isn't back there are air vents or any USB ports. But otherwise, the interior of our top-of-the-line EXL model was pure Honda. and that's a good thing.
Got, all the good surfaces here. Surfacing's great. It's a typical Honda interior, though, in that it's a little understated, shall we say. So,
boring?
Well, I might go that far, but, there's nothing here that jumps out and you go, wow, this is really cool. So, it's just nice.
It's nice around town, but its 158 horsepower, 2-liter engine coupled with a CVT transmission with all-wheel drive is not quite as nice.
If you really accelerate hard to get onto the expressway, first of all, it's going to take you a long time, over 9 seconds.
9 seconds.
To go 0 to 60, longer than 9 seconds. And it just buzzes, and it's not very pleasant when you get this engine up. The other thing I was actually kind of surprised by is the fuel economy on this. About 25 miles per gallon around town, and I've actually been averaging less than that just driving around.
For such a little vehicle.
Yeah, you'd expect it to be, you'll do 30 on the highway, but you'd expect it to be better than that. At least I would.
But being a Honda, it's fun to drive, right?
This is not as fun to drive as, say, a Civic is, because SUVs inherently are not as fun to drive. But it does what you expect an SUV to do really well.
The HRV starts at $23,800 for the LX trim with front-wheel drive, and that includes all the safety gear. Adding all-wheel drive across the board tacks on another $1,500. The sports trim starts at $25,900, and our ELX tester with optional paint color and destination stickers at $30,590 loaded.
Compared to the average transaction price of over $47,000, this becomes $30,000 is an affordable car now, Mark.
Wow.
Yeah, it's times have changed.
And so has the market. There are 20, count them, 20 small SUVs on the market. So why would you buy the HRV?
You'd buy it because, A, you're a fan of the Honda brand. Some people are just loyal to these. If you've had good experience, this is going to be reliable. This is simple, easy. It's, but there's nothing that on this vehicle truly stands out. It's really for someone who's looking for good, solid, basic transportation that is going to be trouble-free.
All right, so you're not wowed, but it's a solid vehicle.
Okay. It's right in the middle of a bunch of really great vehicles. So you look at, say, the Toyota Corolla Cross or the Subaru Crosstrek, or there are 20 vehicles in this category, so it's really hard to stand out. And it's not that it's not a good vehicle. There's nothing that I look at the HRV and go, yeah, this is why I would recommend it over anything from Hyundai, Subaru, Toyota, or the others. It's just, if you like that, great.
So we won't be seeing James Bond riding around in this?
No, this one, not really. This is just a great entry-level family vehicle, and that's who this is designed for, is that, young couple with maybe a couple of kids or one on the way, and it's got great utility, good storage, decent seating space in the cab.
And not to be confused with the Honda CRV.
CRV, right. You get this, Honda fell into the trap of the alphabet soup naming conventions, and so you really, they started using these, and I don't know why H is smaller than C, but, it is, and that's the way they go with the name. So HRV is the entry level, CRV is a little larger, and then you move up to Pilot and some of the other vehicles in their line.
I did like the shape of it, and like the dashboard inside with the big touch screen.
Yeah, very much. It feels modern, it feels contemporary, it feels very much like a Honda. It's got, and the other thing that's great about Hondas is they have all the safety features, including things like blind spot monitoring and rear cross traffic alert, standard on every vewell.
All right, Harvey Briggs, thank you very much. Pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
How's the leg room?
For me, not too bad.
Okay, good. Well, up next on Live at 4, a teacher in the 608 is spreading joy inside her classroom in a unique way.
Josh Spreiter tells us more when we come back.
Your family's year-round comfort is our year-round commitment at RG Heating and Air Conditioning. We install quality Trane equipment and service all brands so your home's furnace and AC will perform their best year-round. RG Heating and AC.
The new year is right around the corner. Starting a new business or jump-starting an existing business? Your new partner should be MadisonMediaServices.com. MadisonMediaServices.com is Wisconsin's digital marketing one-stop shop. With over 15 years of experience in social media marketing, paid ads, Google mapping strategies, consumer-friendly websites, e-commerce upgrades, and more. For a free marketing consultation, visit MadisonMediaServices.com.
Hi, I'm Gary Canulti, inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join me May 2nd through the 12th as we tour Scotland and Northern Ireland. This trip is rich with history, exploring places like the Edinburgh Castle and the Titanic Belfast Museum. We'll also enjoy the gorgeous scenery and friendly people of these two unique countries. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword WISC, for more information and to watch a travel show. Or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword WISC, for more information.
Habitat Restore is full of great finds at great prices for a great cause. With a unique inventory of high-quality, low-cost goods, you can save money and feel good about your purchase. Shop Restore Dane County today.
This holiday season at the Century House. Give $50 or more to charity and get $200 off any stressless recliner with power, any stressless recliner and ottoman, or any stressless office chair. Or get $200 off each stressless sofa seat or $400 off all stressless Mayfair recliners and ottomans in all Paloma leather colors. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
For back pain, I've always been a take two and call in the morning guy. But my new doctor recommended Salon-Pas. Without another pill upsetting my stomach, I get powerful, effective, and safe relief. Salon-Pas, it's good medicine.
Get in on the action of the game with the Island Sportsbook. Browse the latest lines and betting options. Make your wagers and cash in on the fun of the Island Sportsbook. And here's another good bet. Island Resort and Casino gift cards. Treat the golfer on your list to a stay and play package on championship courses. Gaming, dining, entertainment, there's something for everyone with Island Resort and Casino gift cards. Oh, what fun to experience more at the Island.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. RG Heating and AC. We'll always treat you like family. Guaranteed.
Take a look at this. Clumps of ice floes have appeared for the first time this winter at the renowned Hukou waterfall on Yellow River in northwest China's Shanxi province due to the plummeting temperatures creating spectacular winter scenery. The water flow there has dropped to 700 square feet per second from the usual 950 square feet per second. The cotton white ice flows are floating on the quiet river like bunches of blooming flowers, making the river to look like a meandering ice dragon. The winter sun shining on the mist from rushing waters forms a stunning rainbow hanging over the Hukou waterfall, creating an intoxicating spectacle.
And it's pretty. The imagery and the way you described that, didn't that put everyone at ease?
That was wonderful.
I'm just trying to calm people into this week. How's that?
Yep.
I'll lull you to sleep next. You just wait.
Honestly, that sounds like a nice thing as of right now.
We're all just doing our best.
Yeah, we're trying, but...
We were talking about how we're missing sun.
Yeah. Yes, and it looks like we're not getting that for a little while either. So let's try to keep it positive here, folks. But a messy week is ahead. We're going to be talking about how you could be impacted coming into our Tuesday evening in just a few moments with the First One forecast after the break.
Many of us are feeling the economic crunch, and News 3 Now wants to help those who are in need this holiday season. News 3 Now and SSM Health presents the 12 Days of Giving.
Through the tremendous generosity of area businesses and volunteers, we want to make 12 wishes come true. If you're in need or know someone who is or may want to help make a wish come true, go to channel3000.com and fill out the application.
News 3 Now's 12 Days of Giving, presented by SSM Health.
Oh my gosh, wow. Who am I? Wow, is that really me?
Hi, I'm Annette, and I'm an actress. Under eye bags and wrinkles are so frustrating. They're so hard to hide and so hard to get rid of. I came across Plexiderm, and I was so excited. We have a model. His name is Richie, and all he's doing is taking a small amount. It's so powerful. That's all it takes. And what I love about Plexiderm is this is something that you can do in the convenience of your own home. And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexiderm. Please send me more." It's a cream. It's a topical. It literally creates an invisible layer that tightens the skin and smooths it out. All you do is gently rub it underneath your eyes, on your fine lines and wrinkles, and it visibly disappears in as little as 10 minutes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
I can't even believe that this worked. I was a little skeptical, I am not going to lie, because I saw people online with it, and I'm like, yeah, right, that can't possibly work. I'm telling you, it really works.
I thought I might see a little difference, but to see that big of a difference, I have so many dark circles, I have the puffiness, I have the lines, like, it's amazing.
You have an event, you have any of those moments where you want to feel the best about yourself, I am telling you, the videos that you see on social media and TV are real.
This holiday season is the best time to try Plexiderm at our startup price of only $14.95. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
And starting things out for us, we're going to take a look at our radar. It's rather quiet for us now, and it's going to be like that until we get into our Tuesday evening. But here's one thing that we're watching for. Now, if you've heard or seen in the news, we are looking at the system that's going to be bringing messy weather for us, to be bringing blizzard and winter storm conditions throughout much of the Great Plains and even parts of the upper Midwest. You can see these warnings and watches really just stretching in from parts of Wyoming to the Dakotas, Nebraska, and then into Minneapolis, or Minnesota as well. So we are looking at this system to be rather robust, and also on top of it, bringing in some strong and lots of rain and moisture that will be impacting us by the time we get into tomorrow night. Now, this is what we're watching for. The system in itself is still going to be impacting parts of Wyoming and for Colorado, but it's going to continue to track itself at a northeasterly pace. With it, we're still going to be staying quiet because it's slow moving. So for the rest of the evening, there's nothing to really worry about, especially as we head into the overnight hours. Temperatures will stay rather steady into the lower 30s, however, in some areas into the middle 30s, thanks to that cloud cover, which is going to continue to blanket our skies throughout the next several days. Once we get into Tuesday morning, wind speeds will be picking up just a bit. So as you're heading out the door, it's already going to be breezy for our Tuesday morning. Lunchtime, it's going to be picking up even more, but still rather quiet. Once we get into our early afternoon, we're going to start to see some early developments of some showers. It's mainly going to be in the southwest, so from Prairie du Chien to Platteville. 3 o'clock, this is when we're going to start to see some rainy conditions starting to roll its way in, but it's, again, it will be rather slow. So around 5 o'clock, this is where it's going to really be hitting the southwestern side of Wisconsin, and then around 8, it's going to be a bit more widespread. So for us here in Dane County, areas for Rock and Greene County, this is where we're going to start to see a bit more of that rain developing for us, but we're not going to be really seeing the mix. Since temperatures are going to stay rather warm, since we're hiding into that warm sector, areas just north of the Dells will be starting to see a bit more of that mixture as temperatures will fall a little bit closer to the freezing point, but with temperatures still being rather warm overnight, we're looking for this to be a mainly rain event throughout the overnight, transitioning into our Wednesday. Now, Wednesday, we do have periods of it being rather dry for us. Rain is going to be periodic throughout the course of the day, but then as we get into our Wednesday nights, that's when it's going to start to reorganize itself once again, and then Wednesday overnights, that's when it's going to transition itself to a bit more snow mixing in with that rainfall heading into our Thursday morning. And then not only Thursday, but even for Friday, we're going to be looking at some snow starting to develop for us here in southern Wisconsin. It's not going to be a whole lot. if anything, the rain is going to be the biggest factor for us. Looking for close to an inch, maybe even a little more for some areas. Snowfall will be less than an inch in trace amounts for us here in southern Wisconsin, but a couple of areas could be closer to about 2 inches. Outside of that, though, folks, just be prepared for a messy week and not really seeing the sun in our forecast over the next several days. It is going to be rainy, potentially even some snow, and temperatures are not going to be too bad, but still going to be rather cold until we get into Hanukkah, which will be on Sunday. Then temperatures will plummet. We're looking for an Arctic air mass to roll in, bringing our overnight temperatures to something that will make me cry because it will be in the single digits. But outside of that, at least it's going to be rather decent in terms of temperatures until we get into the later part of this weekend.
Do we need to, call you and check in every once in a while?
I think a wellness check would be okay for me.
Okay, we're on that.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Guys.
Hey, Swifties. Taylor Swift is releasing additional tickets to her Eras Tour after last month's ticketing debacle. And some of her fans who had signed up for the Ticketmaster Verified Fan Presale were locked out when sales started. Remember that? Ticketmaster apologized to fans, saying the demand, along with the elevated number of bot attacks, just drove it to an unprecedented traffic level to the site and essentially broke it. Some of the fans who got locked out have now received a notification that they will get a second chance to buy tickets. According to the notification, the purchasing window for the tickets will begin before December 23rd.
We were talking about getting tickets and never even got a chance.
No. You know what I did, though?
What?
I made my friends get the tickets, and I just sat back and watched.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Did they get it?
They did. So paying them back, but they went through the stress of it.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Let's just hope that this makes more people happy, because that was not a good thing.
It almost tore society apart.
I know. We can't have that here, folks.
A teacher in the 608 is spreading joy inside of her classroom in a unique way.
Josh Spreiter takes you to a special classroom that's sharing love and reminding us words matter.
The sound of a sticky note seems pretty simple. But inside this English classroom, it has a new meaning.
Mom was a teacher, Dad was a teacher, Grandpa was a teacher, Uncle was a teacher. So education felt pretty much like a natural fit.
Jennifer Doucette has been working in education for close to 18 years now. And this right here,
it turned out way better than I ever thought,
is her classroom inside Waunakee Community High School.
I'm not opposed to them coming in and feeling shocked and, not sure where to go, but then eventually finding kind of comfort in those notes.
From inspirational messages to beautiful works of art, both current and former students are leaving their mark.
I let them ask the questions. Things got weird fast. In a really beautiful way to build connection.
I think it's really cool when you find like a Post-it note you can relate with.
Senior student Hannah Rada tells me finding that connection helps in making this sticky note classroom feel like home.
With Miss Doucette, she's really a personal teacher and she gets to know you, and I think that's a really great way to connect with your students and be able to help them learn and help them grow.
Even on the cloudiest day outside WCHS, inside, Miss Doucette is helping her students rewrite the narrative.
My vision for the room, died in a day. So what became, however, is so much better. My eyes, grab onto a few notes when I look around the room, always. I love the words. I love the pictures.
And of course, she's got a few favorites posted right next to her desk, including this one, left by a former student who struggled with her mental health.
She left a note on my desk for me with a piece of writing, and the note just says, "The difference a year can make, never forget you make a difference." And so I keep it next to me for kind of rough days, to remind myself that this is what I'm doing here. I will own that Post-it note for the rest of my life. When these walls come down, that Post-it note will come with me.
How beautiful.
Yeah, you're a big fan of surrounding yourself with positive words and
yes, most definitely. I could live in that room.
I could see you in there. It makes a difference, though.
It really does. So at the end of every school year, Miss Doucette laminates those sticky notes so they can be on display for years to come.
And she also has an Instagram page where she posts a lot of them so they can live on forever. You can find a link on channel3000.com.
Coming up next on Live at 4, the Golden Globe nominations have been released, and we'll break them down for you.
Can't wait. And then at 5, if you're sick with a respiratory disease, consider staying at home to heal. That's a message from local doctors. Braden Ross has the story.
farther with personal checking choices. At Starion Bank, you make the decisions. Your money, your style. Apply online in just 4 minutes at starionbank.com.
This is how it feels to do more with less asthma, thanks to Dupixent. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma and can help improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks and can even reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Imagine that. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Who knows what you can do when you do more with less asthma? Ask your asthma specialist about Dupixent.
Ambush attorneys are the best of what a personal injury attorney is about.
To get the most money for your case, you need to have a law firm that's unrelenting.
We will fight with all that we have in person power, in knowledge and experience to bring about the result they deserve.
I can't give them their life back how it was, but I can give them the financial compensation to get their life back on track.
Hey, there's my girl. Who's that?
Life can be uncomfortable. Your home doesn't have to be. Whether you're looking for all the advanced features or something with a lower upfront cost, with Rheem heating equipment, you can stay comfortable even in the most uncomfortable situations.
Oh, come on. Yes, let's go.
Feel the Wohlers difference. Call Wohlers Heating and Air Conditioning today, serving Dane County for over 45 years.
Go farther with personal checking choices at Starion Bank. Like Smart Checking, it's free when you choose eStatements. Your money, your style. Apply online in just 4 minutes at starionbank.com.
New at 5 broadband connectivity is expanding as Wisconsin receives a federal grant. We dive into the grant's provisions and its importance for residents.
We're anticipating some messy weather by the time we get into our Tuesday evening. We'll be timing out how you could be impacted by not just rain, but potentially some snow later into the week coming up.
After leaving everything they owned in Ukraine, a family receives much needed aid for transportation thanks to News 3 Now's 12 Days of Giving initiative.
Well, look at downtown LA.
Well,
no snow there.
None at all. It actually seems like kind of sparkly, doesn't it?
Oh, well, you know what? They can keep it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, the Golden Globes are back. The Hollywood Foreign Press Association revealed the nominations for this year's awards this morning, and the black comedy film The Banshees of Inisherin leads with 8 nominations.
The nominations come a year after a scandal involving diversity and ethics led to the ceremony not being televised.
Jeff Nguyen reports from Los Angeles.
Just tell me what I've done to you.
Well, you didn't do anything to me. I just don't like you no more.
The Golden Globes definitely like The Banshees of Inisherin. The dark comedy starring Brendan Gleeson and Colin Farrell lead the pack with 8 nominations, including Best Picture. It will face off in the Best Film, Comedy, or Musical category against Everything Everywhere All at Once, Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery, Babylon, and Triangle of Sadness.
This is your captain speaking.
The blockbuster Top Gun Maverick soared to a nomination in the Best Film Drama category. It goes up against Elvis, The Fabelmans, Tar, and Avatar, The Way of Water.
The nominations come a year after it was revealed the Hollywood Foreign Press, which runs the Globes, had no black members. The group says it has taken steps to diversify the voting body and address ethical concerns.
Best performance by an actor in a motion picture drama. Austin Butler, Elvis. Brendan Fraser, The Whale.
One nominee who will not be attending is Brendan Fraser, who said he was groped in 2003 by a former president of the HFPA. Fraser and Butler will be competing against Bill Nye in Living, Jeremy Pope in The Inspection, and Hugh Jackman in The Sun.
Thank you so much to the Golden Globes. This is a great honor. It means a lot to me.
On the television side,
Andrew, apologize.
the sitcom Abbott Elementary leads with 5 nominations, including Best Series, Musical, or Comedy. Jeff Nguyen, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Are you rooting for anyone?
During this, he said, oh, I've seen that. I haven't seen that. He's seen it. I'm like, I don't know yet.
I have a lot of time on my hands.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. You tell me who to root for.
Oh, gosh. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Fantastic.
Okay.
I recommend that.
All right, that'll be the first one I watch.
Okay. See, helping each other.
Yeah, thank you.
The FPA says there are now 3 black members on its board of directors, and more than half of the total voting body is racially and ethnically diverse.
Great to hear. The Golden Globes will be handed out on January 10th with comedian Jared Carmichael scheduled to host. Coming up next on Live at 4, with no big blockbuster drawing people to the movies, how did Hollywood do this weekend?
I was there this weekend.
Well, then they got you.
Hey, Will Loper gives us the weekend box office report card when we come back.
Ready, Dad?
All charged up. This holiday season, Ford wants to help you shine bright with a special offer. Now choose from a great selection of new Ford vehicles in stock and ready for delivery. Or place a custom order on select Ford vehicles. Lock in your rate and you're protected. I'm proud of you, kid. And that's how Ford is helping you shine bright. This season, get into a 2022 Explorer SUV with 2.9% financing for 60 months at your local Ford dealer and shine bright.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to Power Swabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. Power Swabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stained caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
My favorite thing about the Power Swabs is that I was actually able to take the swab and really get through some of those areas that are kind of like untreated. I felt like I can immediately see the results, and I'm like, oh, I'm definitely starting to see the shades getting brighter and brighter, or whiter and whiter.
If you have yellowing between your teeth, if you have coffee or tea stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And in each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays and start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution.
After just 7 days, the results were awesome. Power Swabs was easy to use every day, and each day I could see it better and better, and from beginning to end, it's definitely whiter. They look clean, they feel clean, and people have made comments about it, which is nice.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. This holiday season, order Power Swabs and receive up to 40% off, and as an added bonus, get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick Pen with your order. The Quick Stick Pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 40% on your purchase and your free Quick Stick Pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
Many of us are feeling the economic crunch, and News 3 Now wants to help those who are in need this holiday season. News 3 Now and SSM Health presents the 12 Days of Giving.
Through the tremendous generosity of area businesses and volunteers, we want to make 12 wishes come true. If you're in need or know someone who is or may want to help make a wish come true, go to channel3000.com and fill out the application.
News 3 Now's 12 Days of Giving, presented by SSM Health.
And
And taking a look at our traffic as of right now, no issues around the Beltline or on the roads from 18 or 151 if you're traveling around the 4 p.m. hour. As we're getting closer to the 5 p.m. hour, we are looking for some more slowing spots going into the Beltline. But as of right now, things are rather smooth as we continue throughout the rest of this evening. It's going to do it for traffic. Let's go ahead and send it back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Julian. A cold weekend outside occasionally drives people indoors to the warmth of the movie theater.
I've heard that can happen. So how did the box office do this weekend? Resident movie expert Will Loper tells us in his most recent edition of the Loper Report.
Hey, Brady and Charlotte. With no studios willing to release any new wide movies ahead of next week's juggernaut Avatar: The Way of Water, it was the second worst box office weekend total of the year. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever easily won #1 again, its 5th weekend in a row. And Santa Taking Out Bad Guys in Violent Night came in second. One new movie in limited release is the Darren Aronofsky-directed drama, The Whale. In the movie being heralded as Brendan Fraser's comeback, Fraser plays Charlie, a reclusive man dealing with a strained relationship with his daughter and a past that haunts him.
Do you ever get the feeling people are incapable of not caring?
Fraser plays the role with grace and empathy, although the film is relentless in its bleakness. The Whale is worth seeing for Fraser's earnest and affecting performance. Just make sure you brace yourself for a movie that will not leave you feeling particularly good afterwards.
People are amazing.
Over on streaming services, new on Disney Plus Wednesday is the series National Treasure: Edge of History.
This holds a clue to a treasure of utmost importance.
How it leads to an important treasure, and searching for it is dangerous. I know it is.
This is cooler than any room on any episode of Cribs I've ever seen.
Ben Franklin glasses? Oh my God.
A new treasure hunt is on, with a new cast that includes Harvey Keitel and Catherine Zeta-Jones as the villain.
I want that relic.
A new holiday-themed edition of the improvised murder mystery show Murderville is on Netflix Thursday.
Don't be distracted by all this Christmas crap. You're here for threat assessment. Mayor Palmer, don't you worry about it.
Terry Seattle is on the case.
Santa Claus is dead.
Jason, why don't you tell Maya everything that's happened?
Wait, really? Santa Claus is dead?
And because we've nearly run out of ideas for baking competition shows, may I introduce you to the Dr. Seuss Baking Challenge, newly streaming on Amazon Prime Video.
I would like to invite you, with the wave of my hand, to a new competition set in a magical land.
Word is the bakers are only allowed to use green eggs to bake with.
9 teams will create these characters so sweet. Will their dreams soar high? Or collapse in defeat?
It's falling over.
Oh, no.
For Live at 4, I'm Will Loper.
I would eat this here or there. I would eat this anywhere.
That is cool.
Yeah.
That is very cool.
Well, Julian will be right back after this.
Dress up your home for the holidays at Wanakee Furniture ETC and color and cheer to your home this holiday season with stylish seasonal decor during our holiday sale. Let us brighten your room with unique accessories and great savings during the holiday sale going on now at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
There's no place like home for the holidays, but it isn't quite the same when your house is cold and drafty. We want everyone to have the gift of a warm and comfortable home. So we're going to match the $500 energy tax credit with a $500 discount. But you have to call us before December 31st. 2023 is the year to stop freezing and start saving. So give yourself the gift that keeps on giving, because you keep saving.
USA Insulation.
Hello, I'm Roman Ryan of Ryan Funeral Homes. As a locally owned and operated funeral home, it's important to know that not all funeral homes are the same.
Some other Madison area funeral homes are actually owned by corporations based outside of the United States. A corporately owned funeral home is focused on the bottom line, making services more costly. We have served local families for more than 80 years, and our priority is investing in the community and your family. In your time of need, Ryan Funeral Homes are here for you.
Do you have an idea for an invention, but you don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp. They've been helping inventors for 35 years. Call today for free information.
Call 800-550-5543.
Dress up your home for the holidays at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Add color and cheer to your home this holiday season with stylish seasonal decor during our holiday sale. Let us brighten your room with unique accessories and great savings during the holiday sale going on now at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Ahead at 5, a federal broadband expansion grant is coming to Wisconsin. The Public Service Commission explains what the grant entails and why it's important for Wisconsinites. Then local hospital officials need your help to reduce wait times for care. That story coming up at 5.
The first winter storm of the season.
You see the precipitation area expanding pretty rapidly.
And the First Warn Weather Team helped you stay prepared for snowy conditions.
Those roads are going to be very treacherous.
Keeping you safe and ahead of the storms. First Warn Weather, only on News 3 Now.
And we're going to be tracking some pretty good rainfall totals from the system that's going to be lingering over the next few days. We'll be walking through how this may impact you coming up at 5.
And tomorrow on Live at 4, Dr. Jeff Pothoff joins us for our weekly checkup.
And a monumental announcement for nuclear energy. We'll break down what net energy gains means with a nuclear expert.
Find everything you need to get your projects done at Menards. Skill delivers power and performance with the PowerCore 20-volt power tool system. It delivers the convenience and portability of cordless tool operation while providing advanced power and torque for the bigger jobs. Every Skill PowerCore 20 battery is interchangeable with all Skill 20-volt power tools. Save big money on our in-stock selection of Skill 20-volt power tools. Plus, give the perfect gift with a Menards gift card.
How much money have you wasted trying to find the right shade of foundation to match your skin tone? You end up with so many unused bottles, yet you can't bear to throw them out. Now, there's Color Beauty self-adjusting foundation, which means you'll never search for the perfect shade again.
It's really difficult for me to find a good tone foundation. I usually purchase about 3 or 4 and sometimes mix them. Color Beauty is a game changer in finding the right foundation. You put it on your skin and it transforms into your own skin tone.
The Color Beauty foundation is so simple to put on. My skin looks great and it just looks awesome.
The key to the innovative Color Beauty formula is tiny color beads that release and blend to perfectly match your skin tone as you apply it. The foundation is white when it comes out of the bottle, but when I begin to apply it, it adjusts to blend perfectly with the color of my skin.
My biggest problem area is my cheeks right here. Color Beauty feels really light on my skin, and I can tell that it is pretty full coverage, so it looks like I don't have too much foundation on, but it is covering all my acne scars like I was saying before. I actually really love it.
It's weightless and it's full coverage, and also it literally just matches my skin as soon as I put it on. It's no work. I've never experienced a foundation like this.
Color Beauty only comes in 2 colors, light and medium. If you have fair skin or you burn easily, go with the light. If you have darker skin, go with the medium. Plus, with an SPF of 50, they're getting the highest level of sun protection in a lightweight formula. And best of all is Color Beauty's exclusive special. Order this holiday season and get 40% off. That means you'll get the color adjusting foundation, the skin smoothing primer, and the fan favorite lash enhancer for thicker, longer looking lashes at 40% off. Plus, get free shipping. Visit color40.com or call the number on your screen.
A coating of snow and ice on Sunday upended travel in Britain.
While highways witnessed gridlocks due to snow, and operations in many parts of the city's underground network were either suspended or faced delays. The winter weather intensified on Sunday as a foggy afternoon turned into a snowy evening across much of the country, with a few inches of snow continuing to fall in parts of the country into early today. The weather did not deter those on a morning run through snow-covered Hyde Park and Green Park, while the park swans attempted to swim through frozen water. They're so brave. Swimmers in Hyde Park braved icy conditions to swim as snow blanketed parts of Britain. Other swimmers took to the water in central London. Others just made snowmen. I'd do that.
You just got to do what you can.
Yeah. you know.
Look at that, embrace.
Embrace
we need to,
everything.
that's the lesson, right? We need to embrace this as well.
We'll have more wisdom for you tomorrow.
Thanks for joining, everyone. News 3 Now at 5 starts now.